Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. I'm going to be looking today at the infamous Time magazine cover. Looking again, I have already had a look at it, but today I'm going to be looking at something rather sinister about that Time magazine cover, that photo that was selected and approved by Harry and Meghan. And it's of course been the subject of a lot of scrutiny, a lot of hilarity, a lot of mockery, memes, and people have had a whole lot of fun with it. But as I said, something sinister about it that people have picked up on even just intuitively. I watched a video by the Body Language Guy, very interesting channel on YouTube, worth going and looking at. And he pointed out that, among other things, Prince Harry, at least his head, has been shrunk by, I think it's 13% in that photo, so that it is reduced to the same size as Meghan Markle's. But the actual effect of it is that he is reduced completely, and she looms and occupies about 2/3 of the space in that photo. So I think that is very sinister, personally. And of course, this is just a tarot channel, and this is just my opinion, and this is just for entertainment purposes, but I do find it rather chilling. And I want to know now from the cards what is going on between the two of them at the moment. Is there some kind of devaluation going on? Is Harry in the devaluation stage in an alleged narcissistic relationship? So I hasten to add, I am not a mental health professional. I am not a medical professional. This is, of course, just my opinion. I have shuffled the cards relentlessly, and I'm going to shuffle again. I'm feeling quite shaky as I am shuffling them, and the cards are now flying all over the place. There is a full moon on at the moment, the Pisces full moon, and it's quite powerful, so a lot of energy around. Full moons always emotional, bring things to the surface. Let's just see what's going on between the couple. I'm going to be looking at it from both of their points of views and see if there is something somewhat sinister on the go between them at the moment. Using the Radiant Wise Spirit deck, and I'm just doing a Celtic cross. See if you can see them all. Yeah, hopefully you can. And bottom of the deck is Justice in the reverse, and that is, of course, imbalance in a situation. And Justice in the reverse is also one of my divorce cards, so that's interesting. I was actually going to say, is the devaluation phase going on because we're heading to divorce? Cards answered the question without me actually articulating it, and there it is. In my opinion, of course, Justice in reverse, great unfairness, great imbalance, and potentially some form of legal proceedings going on in the background or being considered, because when a card is in the reverse, one of its interpretations can be in the future, something coming up. So it could be coming up, or it could be that this is part of the plan for when this happens, that certain themes, certain issues have been highlighted between the pair and will be used on either side in those proceedings. I'm trying to be careful about what I say, and of course, all just my opinion. So let us see what the general energy is between them, what the situation is like between them at the moment. And that's the Page of Pentacles. Don't view it as a children card, but the pages can sometimes read as children, but I think it's more about money making, being involved in contracts, negotiations, paying money to be on, allegedly 1.5 million to be on that Time magazine cover, hoping that they are going to start making money, that they're going to be successful, that some of their ventures are going to stick and actually deliver the goods. But it is quite an immature energy, and I think some of the behavior that is going on between them is, well, some of it, most of it is incredibly immature, in my opinion, of course. So what is the challenge to them as they are trying to set about on this journey? Well, the challenge is the King of Pentacles. And this is, of course, being enormously successful and influential and financially secure. The challenge is to reach this mature level. Here, the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is possibly even just Prince Harry. You could easily read it as that, as the earth sign man, the juvenile energy, literally reduced physically, but also reduced to an infant in this relationship, to a child. And the challenge is to rise above that and to attain some sort of dominance in a mature male energy. And that is a great struggle and a great problem for Prince Harry. So Prince Harry is actually coming through in this reading very loudly. 2 earth sign cards, 2 pentacles. And this is a worrying card because he allegedly has developmental issues. I don't know what they are. They have been mentioned by many people. And this is a problem. This is a problem that he is coming across as a child in this relationship. So what is hidden from us? What lies beneath the surface in this dynamic? And that is the King of Swords in reverse. And that is a cruelty card. That is a lot of viciousness, cruelty. It is not being clear in your thought processes, try and say that again properly, and not being clear-headed, not being wise when the King of Swords is in the reverse. It can also be quite an angry card, but a cold anger, a vicious anger. And it was also lawyers, those kinds of people. And so again, it's sitting with the Justice card there. There is something cooking, something going on beneath the surface that might involve legal matters, that might involve separation, cutting out. But it is just generally a very cruel energy. And I don't think it's just coming from Prince Harry. It's a masculine energy, the King of Swords. But this is a mutual reading. I'm looking at it from both of their perspectives. Both of them. It looks as if there's a lot of ugliness going on behind the scenes, beneath the surface that we don't see, but we intuit, and that's what makes people so uncomfortable when they see things like that Time magazine cover, and it really is very disturbing. I find it very disturbing anyway. And so what is the focus of this couple at the moment? What is going on between them? Temperance in the reverse. And there is again a card of imbalance, disharmony, falling out, conflict. This is King of Swords in reverse as a conflict card. There is trouble in paradise, no doubt about it. The Temperance card is the angel. Angel in reverse is devil energy. There is conflict. There is a need for peace in that relationship, for fairness in that relationship, for patience and healing, and it is not there. They are not succeeding at making that relationship work. And that is, of course, just my opinion. So what has been going on in the recent past? The 10 of Cups, and that is the illusion of happiness card, the faking it for public consumption card, pretending that everything is wonderful, that they have the perfect life, the perfect family, the perfect home, that they are abundant, wealthy, that they are content, that they are satisfied, that they are emotionally fulfilled. But the Temperance card up there is telling me that they are not happy, they are not emotionally fulfilled, they are not in a healthy relationship. Temperance in reverse, intemperate, out of balance, out of alignment, excess, things, possibly things in the sense of substances being abused, and very unhealthy dynamic there. So faking it there in the recent past, what's coming up between them in the near future in terms of this relationship? Well, they're going to be working on things still, and I get that quite a lot, this idea that they're going to hang in there even though it is looking very unhappy between them, very unhealthy between them. They're going to stick it out for a while because they have projects that they are working on, and they're going to carry on working on those projects. I don't view that as a working on the relationship card. I view that as a card that they're involved with other people on projects, and so they need to maintain this illusion for a little while longer while those projects are completed. And so their focus is really on that need to make money. Page of Pentacles tells us need to make money. King of Pentacles tells us it's pretty tricky. Their ambitions aren't necessarily bearing any fruit, and they're going to be working on stuff, making money in the near future. So how does Meghan feel towards Harry right now? Doesn't get worse than this. 10 of Swords. She's done. She's finished. She's over it. She's not interested. She sees him as ruined. He's a flop. He's a failure. And he's defeated. And also backstabbing. That's a very ugly energy. Because it does read to me as if she's the one sticking those swords in his back. Of course, just my opinion and just for entertainment purposes. But that is a very ugly energy. That is really vicious. King of Swords, I did say that the energy between them is very, very ugly. There is the living proof of it with the 10 of Swords. That's not a living figure. When I say living proof, 10 of Swords, that person is finished, destroyed, and been betrayed at every level, been ruined, and really has nowhere down to go. Rock bottom. He's hit rock bottom, and she doesn't want him. She doesn't want him. He has no more useful purpose to her, except that there is unfinished business there in their projects, which seem to be independent projects. They don't even seem to be projects that they are working on together. So, and the dog seems to agree with me as I say that. How does Harry feel about Meghan? How does he feel about this being devalued? Judgment card in reverse. He's not aware of it. He's oblivious. Judgment card is the wake-up call. Literally, the trumpet sounds. You wake up. You rise up. You're reborn. You have your insights, your epiphany. No epiphany for Harry. This is major arcana. But it also... legal, we've got the justice in reverse, we've got judgment in reverse now, possible legal proceedings going on in the background, or possible advice from that person blowing the trumpet with the flag, of course, the cross on there, which represents the royal family, represents England. Possibly there is a trumpet call going out to him that he hasn't heard yet, and it's rather desperate. It is rather desperate that he is so oblivious, he hasn't woken up. Or if he is beginning to wake up to what is going on, I can also read this card as saying, if he is aware that he is 10 of Swords down here, he is feeling that there is no second chance for him. There is no second coming. He cannot go home, because the judgment card always comes up for me as home for Prince Harry, which is, of course, England, home, back with the royal family. He is beginning to realize that there is no way home for him if he has had an epiphany about what is going on in his marriage, and about how, in my opinion, unhealthy that marriage is, how damaging it is to him. So, hopes and fears for this couple. What is going on there? Hopes and fears. Well, that's the Hermit. There is some hope that wisdom prevails, that insights are gained, that they find a way forward, they find a path. That is, of course, the Virgo card, the Harry card, that Prince Harry at least begins to see the truth of the situation. He begins to reflect, he looks inward, and he sees what is going on. And it's not coming up as their hopes and fears. It's really coming up, this reading is coming up as universe's hopes and fears for the couple, and particularly for Prince Harry. His energy is the energy that's coming through loudest in this reading. In fact, I don't see Meghan in this reading, except here in this faking it card, and here in this, well, I've got work to do, I've got projects on the go. For the rest of it, this is Prince Harry energy that's coming through. And I did ask to read for both of them in this situation, but he is the one who's coming through loud and clear, and it's universe is telling me that it's hoping that he does take some time out to reflect and to get a clue, shall we say, with the Hermit. Get a clue, Prince Harry. What is the outcome going to be of this seeming devaluation that is going on? between the pair of them? Well, Two of Wands, that is plans, that is still a partnership. There is still a partnership there, and they are still in it together. As I said with this Three of Pentacles, this is not the end yet. We're a long way from the end. Plans, they're making plans. There's still a partnership that is a PR partnership, at least, because it's wands, it's media. It's telling the world is in that man's hand, still wanting to conquer the world, still wanting to get out there, put a story out there, persuade us all that everything's wonderful, that they are leaders, that they are going to change the face of the earth and remake it in their own image. And so there isn't a sense of ruin and desolation here as the outcome yet. Even though ruin and desolation on the cover of Time magazine, that was there for all the world to see, but in their own minds, they're still on this journey together, and still in it for the PR, still in it for the money, still in it for the deals, and still in it for what they can get out of this partnership that they are in. So we see it, but at the moment it doesn't look like at least Harry sees it. And that's rather unfortunate. And I hope that somewhere along the line the energy starts to change and he does start to wake up. Let's hope. And on that note, I'm going to end the reading, and I'll see you on the next one.